Hello everyone, welcome to Jenga Arc Studio, and today I want us to work on something very interesting. We will be working on a design for cattle sheds, or rather cow sheds. Uh, and As you can see, I'll be using ArchiCAD. My latest version is version 28. Basically, if you're conversant with any version, whether it's 20 to whatever version or whatever latest version they have, if you follow mine, you will be able to move along well and be even better. So if you want to save your design, your first step is mine is already saved, but if you want to, you come to file, you press save as, and from there you can pick out the folder in your computer in which you like to save your document into. So since mine is already done, as you can see, there is no need of redoing it again. So let us start. First step is identify the line tool, which is this here under documents or up here in the dialog box. You see, there you go, and tap in the line tool, and I want us to start with the horizontal bit. So press that, and I work using millimeters, mm's. So in case it is confusing to you, you can always change to your preferred unit of measurement. So I want the length to be 45 200. Tap that, and I want my height to be about let's make it 20 meters 200. Tap that. So after that, I'd like now to divide, or rather intersect my set out the perimeters for the sheds. So what I'll do, I'll tap to this line here, right click, select on move. I want to drag a copy of this, so I'll tap drag a copy. Again, I'll repeat that. You come to the tool, you select it, you right click, select move, and drag a copy. I'll make it 4500. That is the distance from one to the other. I'll repeat the same process again, drag a copy. There we go, 4500. Move again, drag a copy. I'll make it 4500. Right click, move, drag a copy, 4500. Right click again, move, drag a copy, 4500. Move again, drag a copy, 4500, or rather 4.5 meters. Drag a copy, 4500. Right click, move, drag a copy, 4500. Right click, move. There's various ways of doing it. You can always drag multiple copies. You can always use your keyboard. Press Control Shift and D. It will have the same impact. Well, since this is our last one, move, drag a copy, comes to the edge, move it a bit, not yet. You can always zoom in to make sure you pay all attention to detail. So not yet. Move too far. So basically what I've done, I've made a very perfect intersection between this vertical line and this. What you do, you select the first line, hold your shift, select your second one, then up here on this right angled icon, it shows you intersect, and once you tap it, both they intersect at the right place. So we can fit that into window again and to make it very small for visibility purposes. And we can close this top one. That's good. So now I want to intersect the horizontal lines. So I come here, right click, move, and drag a copy. I'll drag it to any random. It's not really important. And select and activate tool. And I want to make this 4 meters. Basically, our horizontal dimensions will be spaced at 4 meters. So there we go. So from this now, you tap there. The good thing with ArchiCAD is that it guides you. And we go to the next one. I want to make it 4 meters. There we go. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's good. 4 meters. There we go. 4 meters again. I think this is our last one. There we go. Now we are good. So our next step is to place our columns, the vertical members. And to do that, you come to the design tool, the architectural tools, and you press, you tap into the column tool. Then you come to the settings, and at the segment bit, I want our columns to be structural, and I want them to be square. If, well, we start with the shapes. These are the different shapes of the members, the vertical members, or rather the columns. We have the rectangular, we have the circular, and we have what we call the I section. I want our columns to be square, or rather rectangular. So in case you want to do different types of columns, maybe you want to do an RC structure, you come and tap there, and you could always search here, for instance, concrete. Is that no? Concrete. There we go. There's different types of concrete structures, and ours is gonna be steel. So you tap that. These are the dimensions, the length and the width. This is 100 mm. I'll keep it that way. 100 mm is basically 4 inches. This is the height of the column. This is 3.5 meters, or that 500 millimeters. That's okay. These are the surfaces that will be seen. You can always change them to whatever you want. For instance, if you tap there, you can make it any. You can make it white, red, but I'm okay with the stucco yellow, so let's stick to that. You come here, it's not linked. That's good. That's good. The parameters bearing, yeah, since it's a load bearing column, that's okay. And we are good to go. So I want to place the columns where the lines intersect, and that will be the center line of the column. So for instance, there we go. There we go. There we go. You can always zoom into the drawing so that you are as accurate as possible. This is to eliminate any errors which could cause poor construction methods. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're still moving on swiftly. You can always zoom in more. This is the zoom in button. Basically, you tap into that, and with that, you can zoom into the specific area you want to see. As you can see, our columns are quite in place. You zoom out and continue. So you tap zoom in again. There we go. 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 You can zoom out. We still have a long way to go, but it is what it is. So you zoom into that. There's a column there which is not supposed to be there. So we'll have to delete it first. Then you can always press this, pick up parameters, the nice pen you see there, and you point it out to where you want to. For instance, I've picked out our column, and I'll use that for our next one. It's some sort of shortcut for a tool that was already in place to make work easier. Press that. Press that. There we go. There we go. We are moving on well. So remember, I'm open to interactions in the comment section. You can always tell me what you think, what we can do better. You can always criticize or requests for any niche or any specific design you'd like us to do a tutorial on. If you want a one-on-one with me, you can always request for that too. Of course, that will be at a fee. It's all open in the comment section. And we zoom out. We still have this bit, so zoom that out. That's good. We can zoom out. And as you can see, our columns are already in place. And you can always come to the 3D, take a look. Let's fit it back. There you go. You can see our columns in place. And now, on to our next step. I want us to do a walling all round, and I'll consider this wall a load-bearing wall. So you come to the architectural tools, you press wall, the wall tool which is there, and the wall tool, you press it, and so first, yes, our stone is structural, and I want it to be a very basic structure, so you tap that structural. You can always change your settings to whatever. If your wall is structural, or basically, sorry, reinforced concrete or prefab, or membranes or boards, so I'll stick to that. However, on our thickness, I'll make it 200 mm thick. The height of the wall, I want to make it about I'll make it 3200, or rather 3.2 meters high. Yes, it's not linked. That's good enough. Come to the floor plan section. I like using the dark font for the wall. Yeah, both. Number 1 is okay. You can always choose whatever color you'd like to see. Come to the model. Light gray is okay. That's okay. You come to the log details. This is basically the key, what we call the key. Tap that. Outside surface only, yeah. That this is a spacing from one course to the other, and where that detail will run across. That's okay. Structural, that's okay. We are good to go. We're good to go. Another thing to note with the wall. First, this is our construction method. It's a straight single chained method. There's various ways to do these walls. There is a curved wall. There is a trapezoidal wall. So our wall is very simple, and then this is where you indicate where you want your reference point for the wall to be from in relation to this line. So if, for instance, I want our wall to run through the center. Let me just zoom into that and show you what I mean. So I want our wall to run from there, and as you can see, we are running from the center. If you want to do otherwise, you come here and you could always put the face. You see the difference? I hope you do. So that's the outside face, and so we go back to the center. If you want the inside face, it's the same thing. You see? So let's stick to the center, which is that, and we start our walling. You always come to the edge of the column so that you don't override the column indicator. This is will be using my specification for this material will be what we call a machine cut wall. Basically, walls vary in different sizes, shapes, the way they are manufactured. You can always share what you do in your country. For mine, these are mined in quarries, then later shaped to custom sizes. We start another wall there. There we go. I hope for the learners you're up to speed. I'm trying to be very moderate with my speed. Where are we? There we go. Start there. You fit it to screen first. So I've just realized we missed a column here. There's no column here, as you can see. So you come to the design, or rather you can always use the tool I had shared earlier. Pick up parameters, tap that, tap column. Let's do that again. Tap that, and there we go. So now we can continue with our walling. Pick parameters. There we go. No, that's not accurate. Let's zoom into that, and that's good, that's good, that's good. So I'll have to zoom in more. There we go. There we go. we are moving on well. No, that's wrong, that's wrong. Go back and pick up parameters again. Yeah, the wall. And let me tap that again, and we start there. All the way to that. And we're moving on very well. And finally we are there. So you can fit it. As you can see, we have our external wall already done. Now we can do our partitions. Well, first go to the 3D and look at what we have. There we go. You come to this icon here, and you can move on and see what you have. At least now I know we are getting the gist of it. So on to our next item is we are gonna do partitions, and we are still gonna do the wall, but on this one I want to make it as, since it is a non, what we call a non-load bearing wall. So you come to geometry and positioning, and I'll make this 100 mm, and the height doesn't have to go all the way up since it's only partitioning. Let's make it 2 meters high. Tap that, and we start there. That's our first 4-meter segment. We do another one. There we go. You zoom back out, and what we've done on this side is what we're gonna do on this side. So design wall tool. I decided to take the longer cut, which is okay. Let me zoom in more. There we go. You're still working with the center line, which is my preferred method of construction. And in that, tap that. That's our first 4-meter segment. And we go to our next one. That's good. You zoom back out, and we'll continue that procedure for all our walls. So pick up parameters, tap wall, and zoom into that. Zoom into this bit, and our wall is to start from there. That's good. That's very good. Something just happened, so let's go back. Fit in window, zoom in. So I accidentally stopped it, so delete that, and we do that again. Tap on the wall tool, and I want to zoom in more. These details are very important. I hear them say God, or rather the devil, is in the details. So with that, and if you enjoy this kind of content, remember to subscribe. Good. On to our next one. That was our first 4-meter segment. So we are aiming our second one, which is this. That's good. You zoom to fit. Oh yeah, we've overdone it. So delete that. Pick up parameters, wall, select that, and I want to zoom in more. This is the other side of the veranda. We can add that. Select that. Fit in window. quite repetitive when you get to this point. You're basically doing the same thing, but in this you'll get different results. So it's not madness, as they say. So you zoom into that, zoom in more, and there we go. Well, now that I think about it, why not start here? You can always do this after you selected. You fit in window, then zoom in to where you want to get into. There you go. That makes things faster. I hope the learners have caught up. Tap that, then zoom out, zoom into where you want to tap your wall into. There you go. Start your wall there. Fit in window, then zoom into where you want your wall to be, which is there, and zoom out again. We are here now. Zoom in, tap that. So we go. Tap your wall tool. Press the fit out window. Select your column. There you go. Fit in window. Select that. Zoom in. Then you tap that. No. This bit is the veranda. So we go to this other side where column is starting, and zoom out, zoom in, and zoom. Ignore that. Fit in window and zoom into the exact spot. Fit in window again. Zoom in there. Do another zoom in there. And tap on your wall tool. Start there. And press fit in window. The zoom in bit. Again. You tap into the center. Zoom into fit. And from that, I want tap in window, tap in zoom, there we go. fit in window. You zoom in again and tap that. Sorry about that. You tap the wall tool and there you go. So you fit in window, find this, there we go. Fit in window, that is not supposed to be there. So what we do, you come to the zoom in button here and you start there. Up to there. Fit in window, zoom in. On to the next one, zoom out. And we are almost done. No, select that, zoom out, select the zoom in button, there we go. Again, wait a minute, you fit it out and see where you're at. So zoom out and zoom in again. Zoom out. These details are very important. So zoom out again. We have two more partition walls to go so that we get to the end of our first part of the video. So what do we do? Zoom in again. I know by now you've gotten the gist of it. So let me just zoom in more. Tap that. Zoom out. Zoom in again. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom in. There you go. Zoom out. Zoom in. Tap the wall tool. Start. There we go. Fit in window. Zoom in. edit that out, zoom in, zoom in again, and we are almost done. So start there, zoom out, and that is our last bit of partition walling. So you come to the 3D, as you can see, looks different. Those are our partitions. Looks nice. You can always walk around it. Basically, I'm navigating using my keyboard and touchpad. So on to our next item, which will be, we need to do a trough, basically a feeding trough, where our, well, first of all, that's the end of part 1, and stay tuned for part 2.